Hey, everybody. My name is Diana, and I promised someone not too long ago that I would start a channel because I encouraged her to have a channel because she had so many different experiences in life, so many bad things happened to her, so much adversity that I feel like she was in a really good position to help other people. And so have I. And that's why I suggested that to her. And she said she will not do it unless I do it. So this is my first video. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work out, but just wanted to let you know a little bit about myself. So I do have some really cool stories in my life, and I also have some really terrible stories in my life. I'm not sure if I'm ready to share all those things, maybe one day, but I do know that it has shaped the person that I am. It has opened my eyes to what's really important in life. I do tend to think outside of the box than most people. I try to see it from a bird's eye view, meaning that I can look at my life as if I'm a bird in a tree, and I can see my life unfolding in front of me. And I can be objective and say, you know what? This is what's happening, and we need to think about how we're going to react to it. So, with that being said, I think that I have developed a lot of coping mechanisms throughout the years, some unhealthy, some healthy. They all have their place in my life, even the unhealthy ones. And I have learned a lot from those experiences and through going through all of those things. And I feel like I want to share it because one day I'm going to be gone. And I'm not saying I'm like smarter than anybody or better at dealing with shit or anything like that. What I'm saying is that I have learned some tools that I believe can help other people. And I feel like I need to share that with other people because there have been times where I have been so low and so messed up that I didn't know what to do. And because of those experiences, I developed different coping mechanisms to be able to make it. And it wasn't easy, but I feel like if I share those, maybe somebody can get something out of it. Maybe somebody can have a breakthrough. And maybe I can have a breakthrough just hearing about your stories, and your experiences and your coping mechanisms. There is not one right way to deal with anything. You know, I'm in the medical field, so I know that there are different ways to approach a problem, different points of view, and everybody is different. So, where someone might take a more conservative view and actions toward their problem, some other people can, have a radical change in their life where they can do something that no one has ever done before or approach it in a different way than most people. So I definitely want to shout out the person that I'm talking about, and you know who you are. But I do want to say this about this journey in life. It is one big lesson. It is one big education into being the person that you're supposed to be. So it doesn't matter whether it's a negative situation or a positive education or a positive experience that you have. All of it is a building block to who you are. It doesn't matter if it's traumatizing, It doesn't matter if it's happy. All of it is part of the fabric of who you are. And you should embrace and love every part of it, even though you feel like it's weird to really appreciate even the negative times. So I acknowledge that I have grown the most in the adversarial times in my life. Meaning, even though I was going through some really rough times, I couldn't see it at the time, but there were lessons that I had to learn. There were ways that I needed to change. And if it wasn't for going through those experiences, I would never have changed. So I feel like life is just one big, like, classroom where you have to develop. And the only way you can develop is going through some shit, and even going through some good stuff. So I just want to share my life, my stories, maybe one day. But I do want to shout out everyone out there who is going through some stuff and maybe feel like it's hopeless, or maybe thinking of ways out of it, that you should hang in there. And I know that sounds cliche, but really, hang in there. Because life is not all bad. There are some good parts of it too. There are a lot of blessings. There are a lot of curses. There are a lot of bad things. But it's all part of the human experience. And the way you think about those things really shapes how you live your life. So, for example, you can choose to see a really bad situation as a learning experience to where you're going to grow emotionally, physically, psychologically. Or you can take the route of, poor me, and like suffer the same trauma or problem the rest of your life. And then, like, in turn, infecting everybody else around you. So you have choices. And I've been one to linger in the poor me phase, but at the end of the day, I always come out on top. And it's not because I have the strength to do it. It's because I decided that I do not want to be a slave to my trauma, to my suffering. I want to take the good out of it, leave the rest behind, and then maybe one day along the road of my life, I can share it with other people that are going through the same things. And maybe I can lift them up. Maybe. So, this is for you. You know who you are. And it's my first video. I'm not sure what kind of direction I'm going to go with this, but I definitely have a lot of ideas. And if you stick with me, I think you might learn some stuff from me, but I know I'll learn some stuff from you. And we can take this journey in life together. God bless you.